I can bet you a lot of us are not at the place we want to be in life. We're sitting around, we're wasting our time, we're wasting our opportunity as human beings. Every breath we take, we might be wasting it, not specifically on something you think is wrong. You may not be doing something that's explicitly bad, but you're not really reaching your full potential. And a lot of us, we feel sad about that. A lot of us beat ourselves up because we know we can push ourselves. We know we can reach different levels. The fundamental secret that separates people that actually complete their goals, people that are the social magnet, people that are successful in terms of finance, and people that aren't, people that are lazy, people that do not complete goals, people that are inefficient, is the idea of self-discipline. So my friend, today in this video, I'm gonna crack into exactly how you can be self-disciplined, exactly what are the behaviors of self-disciplined people, and some other thoughts. Without further ado, let's crack into this. And really quick, before we crack into this, I just want to tell you guys, I love you guys. Thank you for all the support you've been showing me. If you feel like my content is worth your time, all right, please just leave a like for me. I would love it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you lots. So what is the meaning of self-discipline? Why is self-discipline such a scary mountain to climb? A lot of us, we go on YouTube, we search up how to become successful, and the first thing that points up to us, or the first thing that comes up on our screen is self-discipline. You have to be self-disciplined. You have to reach your goals. You have to be motivated. And these things seem empty to us because we don't understand how to get there fundamentally, and we don't even understand if we want to get there. So the definition I want you to understand about self-discipline, and the definition I'm going to be using, is twofold. One, the ability to control yourself and make yourself work hard, put yourself in that fire, put yourself in the position where you are uncomfortable, and two, make yourself behave like this continuously without the need of external motivation. Just a quick caveat from the idea of motivation versus willpower, which otherwise you can say self-discipline. A lot of us don't understand that we want to rely on motivation. We think that motivation is something we need. We want to be able to continuously feel motivated, even through the hard times. But I'm going to tell you something. When you're stuck in a rut, the best thing you can do for yourself is use motivation to get out of there. But the worst thing you can do for yourself is use motivation to keep going. If you want to be successful, you need to understand that motivation is not as big a factor to your success as willpower or as self-discipline. The ability to pull yourself through the hard times and the high times is willpower. The ability to stay grounded in your values, your principles, and keep fighting for your goal is self-discipline, is willpower. Motivation isn't a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Everybody needs motivation in their lives most of the time, because a lot of us end up finding ourselves in ruts where it may be a bit difficult to just get the self-motivation or the self-discipline, to just attack it. Sometimes we need that little push, that little video, that little testimonial that will help us get out of the ruts and start our journey towards self-discipline, towards willpower, and towards our goal. Sometimes you need to watch that YouTube video on studying hard. You need to watch that YouTube video on success in order to start the process, but it's not something that will sustain you in the long run. So now that we have that down, very quickly, why is this important? And when I mean very quickly, I mean very quickly. Number one, it allows you to stay focused on your goals for a longer period of time. Number two, you become an efficient person that others can trust more and more. If you want to get a promotion, others can trust you with more and more. Your boss can trust you with more and more responsibility. Number three, it is a high self-esteem behavior. Number four, it allows you to achieve master level in any skill you put your mind to. Number five, being self-disciplined, having that passion, that fire, that willpower allows you or gives you the tool set to go through any battle you face in your life, because you won't be brought down by those things, because you can push through it. Before I crack into exactly how you could be self-disciplined, I need you to understand the behaviors that you will adapt once you become self-disciplined. Once you've finished watching these videos, once you finish your goals or whatever you plan planning to do after this. So before we crack into the exact how-to, let's again quickly go over the behaviors of highly self-disciplined people, the behaviors that you will start to see if you implement what I'm telling you in this video. Number one, they don't allow their feelings to influence their decisions or their decision making or their rationality. Number two, they make the right decisions for the betterment not only of their lives, but of the lives of their people or the people around them, their friends, their family. They know that they love their friends and their family, so they make those right decisions in order to better them and the people around them. Number three, they have a vision or a goal or a passion or a dream, but they know where they want to go. They have a greater vision of themselves. They know that they are better or they can get better. They have potential and they know exactly what they want to do. It's okay if you don't know exactly what you want to do, but just have a vision that you want to be better than where you are right now. You want to be the best. You want to push yourself to the limits. Those people have those dreams, those visions, those goals in their mind. Number four, they believe in their own self-worth. They don't let anybody come and tell them that they shouldn't be doing something or they should be doing something else. And really, they ground it in their own self-esteem, in their own self-worth. Number five, the most important one, they don't reject themselves. And what I mean by that is they don't quit. They don't give up on themselves. They have their dreams, their goals. They've made their rational decisions for the betterment of themselves and others around them. They have their self-worth, but they don't allow anybody to come and sway them off. So why would they quit on themselves? Why would they reject themselves? You as a person who's going to become self-disciplined, who's going to become better, who's going to become the best version of themselves, you cannot allow yourself to reject yourself before you even start. It's okay to fail. Most self-disciplined people end up failing and then trying again, pushing themselves past that failure because they are self-disciplined. You have to be relentless. You have to have a hard head. Any battle, every punch that comes your way, you have to be able to take it. I remember hearing the quotes, the best fighters are not the fighters that can throw the hardest punch, that can throw the most devastating punch in the ring, but they are the fighters that can take a hit and come back. The fighters that can take a hit, a punch that is devastating and come back constantly. Those are the best, most resilient fighters. So when we enter the marketplace, when we enter the social place, when we enter these environments where we're going to be forced out of our shell, we have to learn how to take punches and keep going. And that is the secret behind success in any avenue, whether it's personal, financial, or whatever it is. Any form of success is your ability to step up, to keep going, put yourself in the fire, and take punches along the way. So the moment we've all been waiting for is here. What do I do personally? What are my tips in order to become more self-disciplined? The first thing you need to understand about discipline is that it's a muscle, it's a practice. You have to keep on doing it. You have to keep on doing it. Don't push yourself completely too far, because remember, when you're doing something new, in order to keep on wanting to do it, at least wanting to keep on pursuing it, is you have to try and make it a positive experience. You have to make it good for yourself. So remember, it's just a practice, okay? We practice self-discipline more and more each day. Number two, create a schedule or a planner or a timetable for your day, maybe for your week, whatever it is for you. But create one like you at school or like you at university. Create one that is binding with hourly times, whatever it is. Make sure your day is structured. Daily routine is one of the most common factors, the common denominators around the most richest, most successful people in the world. Make sure you put this timetable in clear view. Anywhere, wherever you go. Maybe you go to the kitchen a lot. Make sure it's in the kitchen, or maybe it's in your room, maybe it's in your toilet, but make sure it's in a place where you can see it constantly. Number three, whenever you have a task to do, like for instance, for me personally, studying, time yourself. And this is something I use, maybe for you could be different, but what I use is the Pomodoro technique, which is I would study from for 30 minutes, then I'll take a 5-minute break. Then I'll study for 30 minutes again, then I'll take a 5-minute break. And I'll do this in as many sessions or 30-minute sessions as I possibly can until I finish the task or until I finish whatever I need to finish. And through this, I've been able to, study 6-7 hours a day besides school, you know? So I'll come home, I study long amounts of time, especially now as I'm going to university, studying long amounts of hours, you know, as well as fitting in my editing, my writing, all these things, my BUB cool schedule. Number 4, make sure you take breaks. After long projects or long tasks, it's very easy to just get burnout and not want to do it again, not want to be, self-disciplined, or you don't even want to be successful anymore because the whole pressure of the situation was too long. But what I need you to understand is that if you don't take breaks, especially strategic breaks or well-planned out breaks throughout your day, throughout your week, even throughout your month, throughout your year, okay? It's very important to take breaks, long breaks, in order to avoid burnout, to keep your mind refreshed. Number 5, don't beat yourself up. If you want to do something, or if you plan to do something and you just can't do it, it's okay. You're not the lazy person all of a sudden. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Remember, the second you decided, the second you told yourself, I will go against my human nature, I will go against my laziness, and I'll be disciplined towards my goal, is the second you've already won. So if you can keep that mindset and go the next day and try again, then you can possibly, or you will possibly, be a success in what you're doing. Number 6, if you watched me, you probably know what I'm gonna say now. Create goals. Create hourly, weekly, daily goals. You have to break down your goals into small goals, into smaller goals, until it's baby steps. If you want to do something that's a bit of a big project, you have to break it down into, okay, I'm gonna do 500 words a day. I'm gonna do 600 words a day, 700 words a day. I'm gonna do 200 words every hour. Whatever it is, okay? You have to break down your goals. You have to break it down to baby steps in order to give your brain the illusion, or I hate using the word illusion, but to give your brain the feeling of progress, because that's how you get motivated, or at least that's how you keep up the idea that you can keep going in your head. So keep on completing and making your goals. Something else you need to remember is you have to define exactly what your goals are. Remember SMART goals? I'll put it up on the screen here. SMART goals are very important when you're creating these small goals. Number 7, make a list of your priorities, okay? Make a list of your weekly, hourly, monthly, yearly, whatever it is. Make a list of your priorities and then rate them. Maybe it's a list from 1 to 10. Rate them from a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most important, the most crucial thing you have to get completed in that week, in that hour, in that month, in that year, whatever it is, and 1 being the least important, something that could wait a bit longer, doesn't really affect your life, doesn't really matter. Number 8, this is something that a lot of people struggle with, but you have to avoid triggers. You have to avoid temptations. If you are there to study, if you're sitting down to study for your final exams, you have to throw away your phone, or at least put it away. Don't throw away your phone because I said so. If you're really wanting to succeed, if you're really wanting to stick to a schedule, you have to learn how to pull yourself away from things that will easily distract you. If you want to study, don't study on the bed. You will fall asleep. If you want to succeed in your finance, and you have the habit of spending, especially in online shopping, don't put yourself on the stores online, especially if you want to save, okay? So just avoid temptation, avoid triggers, okay? And make sure that you are away from these things and you complete your goals continuously. And my last tip, start now, not later. Enough holding back. Start working towards your goal. Start working towards your visions now and not later. If I didn't start writing my book at that time, if I said, hey, maybe I'll write my book when I'm 18, 19, 20, 40, 50, whatever it is, I would not have been able to touch as many lives as I did. So make sure you take action, and that is my phrase of the day. Start now, take action, and my friend, you will see great success in your life. You will see that you'll keep moving forward and you would not even understand what you were doing before. Of course, remember to take breaks. Don't put too much strain on yourself. As I said before, it is a muscle. It is not something that just comes overnight. It's something you build. I still build my self-discipline. I still work towards that place where I can wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm definitely not one of those people, but I am really, really excited for your growth, for your success, because I believe that you will enter a different paradigm, but just by being self-disciplined. So without further ado, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you stay safe. Remember, social distance, hand sanitize, and yeah, God bless you.